Welcome to MMT Chats. This episode is brought to you by ISCAR with new ideas for machining intelligently.
Hey MMT followers, Christina Fuges with Moldmaking Technology for a quick 5 in 5 MMT chat. That's 5 best practices in 5 minutes on ways to improve efficiencies through technology, workforce development, and business management. So my guest today is Mark Gauvain. He is one of Moldmaking Technology's newer Editorial Advisory Board members. Welcome. Hello, Mark.
Hi, Christina. Nice to see you. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. How do you create and maintain an employee-centered culture?
Yeah, the first thing that starts with is caring for the people, showing compassion and empathy, and that people are really really critical to the organization. And trust and transparency as well is goes hand in hand with that as well. So the staff, the employee base, if they know you genuinely care about them, how they're doing in work, outside of work, really is critical to ensuring that there's a strong culture. People, in my experience, really rally together and help each other, accomplish whatever objectives the business may have.
Agree. I like that answer. It's people caring. Love it. All right, number 2. What are your top 3 best technology investments and why?
Yeah, I would lead off with liquid silicon molding. That material itself is really finding a lot of unique end applications, from medical device to aerospace to consumer products and packaging. Very good margin in that business. It's not easy business, so there's a bit of a moat around that. So I would lead with LSR. There's some really interesting technology being developed around that material and the various processes in tooling solutions. The second I would say would be automation. I would, automation is, a lot of companies are getting into it deep, but not only in the operations, but automation requires a lot of design capability, a lot of machining capability, and installation and qualification, which mold makers are doing anyway. So, getting into automation creates a lot of other end markets and opportunities. And I think mold makers really should be looking at that, not just, again, internally in the operations, but for outside markets. And the other thing I would say is, the convergence of different materials that's happening. So you're talking about like thermoplastics, engineering elastomers, metals and glass, printed circuit boards. A lot of that is coming together and coming up with solutions in the mold would be critical. So that'd be something I'd be looking at, alternative ways of achieving an assembly or an end product. And mold makers are on the front end of that. So they're well attuned to be able to come up with those kind of solutions.
Cool. 1, 2, 3. All right. Number 3. What is your latest, or something that you've seen, the latest process improvement?
Yeah, process improvement. I think from a business perspective, I've really adopted the SOW, the statement of work. So whatever you're trying to accomplish, whether it's buying a new machine tool, a new piece of equipment on the floor, maybe it's hiring a critical resource, maybe it's investing in a new factory, creating an SOW so you can understand what are the objectives.
Okay.
Who are the key stakeholders? What's the scope of the project? What's the business case? And how you can support that business case, and then what is the potential outcome? What's the expected outcome? And if you don't do it, what are the probable outcomes? So really taking a structured approach to important business decisions. A statement of work is something that I've really embraced recently. In my different roles that I've held.
I like that. So now the question 4 kind of is the other end of that. How do you measure success? Like, what metrics do you use?
Yeah, that's a good question. So kind of following that, I like using a strategy on a page. And a strategy on a page is nothing more than taking like the top strategic imperatives that you may have.
Okay.
And it should only be a few, 3, 4, maybe 5, so you can actually focus and drive them. And having a strategy on a page, so it's one page, it shows what you're doing, why you're doing it, and then how you're measuring it. It could be revenue and growth might be one. Talent development could be another one. Health and safety of employees perhaps is another one. And maybe like customer satisfaction. What are you doing? And then you check on that. There's with those individual imperatives, there are 2, 3, 4, 5 tasks that are happening independently to drive that. And then you measure that by week, by month, by quarter, whatever it may be. So I like to use that strategy on a page, helps me stay focused, and that's how I make sure we're making progress to the goals.
Okay, I love it. All right, number 5, last but not least, how do you recommend it to stay competitive or to take advantage of new business opportunities?
Yeah, what I would say to that is stretch yourself at the individual level, at the company level. Reach, aim high, and then expand your network. We all achieve a lot of things through and with other people. Many times it's not just ourselves doing things, but we all have larger networks than we actually, I think, give ourselves credit for.
That's true. Yeah.
So reaching out and asking for help and networking can be real powerful. So that's what I would add there.
Excellent. That's it. You did 5 and 5, Mark. Thank you so much for your time.
Excellent. Thank you.
No problem. For everybody watching, remember moldmakingtechnology.com for everything mold making, and stay informed and stay inspired.